I have 9 books on my September TBR. I don't know if I have a prayer for actually accomplishing that, but let's try it because I want to read a lot of books in September. And October is a month I reserve for all horror books. So my selections this month, part of the reason why there is so many of them is there's a lot of books that aren't horror books that I want to get to before I hit October. So I'm going to be a little more aggressive with my TBR this month. It also helps that the big promo push for the launch of my book, The Master of Sheerhaven, is done. So I am pulling back quite a bit from that, which is going to be very nice, relaxing, and hopefully I'll have more reading time. So let's take a look at these books. First up is Empire of Silence. I've heard a lot of yays, I've heard nays, I've heard eh. I mean, it's been all over the place with this book. I'm still intrigued, and I'm just wanting to dive in and see what it's like. Then there is They Both Die at the End. This was a birthday gift from Boswell on Books. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to check this out. So I thought, why not throw it into the TBR pile for this month? This next one is sort of a book and a game, I guess you could say. It's a Kariko, A Magical Year. This is something I kickstarted. I did a video on this, unboxing it, and kind of going through the different components with it. But it's basically a game and a book in one, and I'm getting ready to play through it for the first time this month. You saw my book cover court video. This might not be a surprise, but I did go ahead and pick up a copy of The Dead Cattail Assassins by Peasley Clark. Really excited to read this. I read Ring Shout earlier in the year, absolutely loved it, and really excited to get to this one. Then there's a graphic novel on Bowie. This came out a few years ago, I think now. I bought it right when it came out. Planned to read it right away, and life happened, but I'm really excited to read it. It's by one of my favorite artists. I really like the writer, and I love David Bowie. He's one of my art heroes. One more graphic novel. This is No Future. This is a cyberpunk sci-fi graphic novel. I backed this on Kickstarter earlier this year, and it already delivered. It's a beautiful looking book. The art looked fantastic, and I'm really excited to check this one out. On audiobook, I'm going to be reading Perdido Street Station. This is by China Mieville, who wrote or co-wrote the book of Elsewhere with Keanu Reeves. That is the book I reviewed last month and found very intriguing and ultimately very satisfying. And it made me really want to check out more of Mieville's writing, sort of outside of the ideas of anyone else, like just from his own sort of brain. I just wanted to see what that was like. So I'm really excited to get to that. And then also on audiobook, my friend Scott Roche was so kind to gift me a copy of his audiobook short, Coming Home Again. I'm really excited to get to this, and I'm planning to get to that as soon as I finish Perdido Street Station. And then finally, I am reading book 3 of the first trilogy from Robin Hobb. I've been loving this book so much. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to be a series reader because it's not something I've done a lot of. So, how much time between each book is good for me is just something I'm kind of figuring out. This is my priority for the month. And that is my TBR for September, which is a pretty decently diverse group of books. It's pretty representative of the stuff I like to read, except for there's no horror because I'm going to have a horror filled October in books, a horror filled book October.